How would you like to use YouTube ads to grow your business by targeting the right people at the right time and in the right place? Sounds pretty interesting, right? And the best part is, it does not have to stay wishful thinking. We're going to do that right now. So let's begin. Hey, it's Jaime. If we're just meeting, welcome to the channel that brings actionable content to grow your business through online marketing. So if that sounds beneficial, consider subscribing. All right, so let's get started. We are on the Google Ads platform, which is where you run your YouTube ads from. So we're going to go to the create a new campaign. And right off the bat, you're met with a goal guidance. So before you select any of these, understand that the sales, leads, and website traffic require a conversion. And I'll show you how to create a conversion in a few seconds. So if you are coming in here and wanting to get started immediately, understand that the sales, the leads, and the websites require for you to have a conversion so you can optimize for it. So when you click on sales and highlight video, you see drive conversions. Get more conversions with video ads designed to encourage valuable interactions with your business. When you click on leads and you do the same thing, drive conversions. When you go to website, click on video, same thing. Now, when you go to product and brand consideration, you're going to see something different. You're going to see different subtypes. You're going to see different categories for you to select. So you see skippable in-stream, bumper, non-skippable in-stream, out-stream, and all that fun stuff. On app promotions, you can't run that for video, but when you go to create a campaign without a goals guidance, you have pretty much the flexibility of all of these goal guidances. So these goals, what are they? They are nothing more than a preset. They help you run your ads. So if you are solely looking for sales or leads or website traffic, it gives you a good guidance on what the presets will be on the other end. So depending on what you click here, you're gonna have some different presets when you go to your ad set. That's really all it does. So if you wanted to run these three as a reminder, you would need a conversion. And what a conversion is, when you click up here on the tools and settings and you go to conversions, you're able to create one. So you would go here. A conversion is essentially a way for you to track and optimize your whatever event you're trying to track. So if you're wanting leads, you're able to track those through conversions. All you would have to do is get the code that is presented to you in these options embedded into your landing pages, embedded into your websites in order for Google or YouTube to track which ads are actually driving conversions to you. So people get pixeled, people get cookied, people get Google tagged, whatever you want to call it. They get that code firing off whenever they land on your landing page or whenever they call you using Google's phone number if you're trying to track via phone. So you're able to track again with the conversion, which essentially is what it does. And then also you're able to optimize because as you drive more and more conversions, Google/YouTube get a lot smarter. So they see the types of people, they see the characteristics of the people that are opting into your lead form or calling you and are able to optimize your ad campaigns that way. So we're going to go to, well, I'll pause for a quick second. You can optimize via website, via your app, so how many times it's getting downloaded, the phone calls, and then you can actually import a goal guidance from your Google Analytics. So we're not going to get into that part. Actually, we're not going to get into these. I'm going to show you what the website version looks like. So you just go to website, you're going to track a lead, you're going to name YouTube lead or whatever you want to call it. If you know the value of a lead for you, then you can embed it here, whatever that is. Let's just say it's 25 bucks. Or if you want to use different values, you can certainly do that there. If you are selling something, if something's a product, then you're going to go with every. So recommended for purchases between every purchase, because every purchase is valuable. But since you are going after leads, you're going to go with one, because the same person submitting leads or submitting their information to you doesn't necessarily mean there's 20 new leads. It just means that same person submitted the same form 20 different times. So that's why you want to categorize it as one. As far as the conversion window, we're going to leave it at 30 days. View through conversion window, we're going to leave that at 1 day, including conversions, yes. And then the attribution model, last click. We're going to leave all that as is. We're going to create and continue. Then you're going to have the option of installing it yourself, getting emailing it to your webmaster, or emailing it to whoever does your coding for your website or maintains your website. And then you can also install it with your Google Tag Manager. That is a different product. There's a lot of Google products, but that's if you know what a Google Tag Manager is, then you're going to be able to use it. But if you don't, that's a bit beyond the scope of our video today. So we're not going to venture there, and we're not going to venture into emailing it to a webmaster. We're actually going to install it, or I'll just articulate how to install it, because I do want to keep it to the YouTube ads portion. I'm just showing you, taking a quick detour to show you what a conversion actually does. The Google site tag isn't installed on all your HTML websites. So it, depending on what you select here, is what code you're going to have. So if you've never installed your Google site tag, then you're going to copy the entire code here and embed it into the header, or embed it into the footer of your website or landing pages, whatever you're using. There is another video in this channel that shows you how to actually create a conversion window. So I'll link it down below so you can see how to actually create a conversion if you're using landing pages or websites. That way you can run those 3 campaigns that we just discussed. And then you can also select it based off of if the people that clicked on it actually uploaded their page. So whenever the page loads, that's when the pixel fires, or that's when the conversion actually takes hold, or whenever a click happens. We would just go to a page load, and you would embed this code directly on the page that you are trying to set for the conversion. So in this example, if you're driving people to the landing page where you're telling people why they should use you, you wouldn't put this particular code there. You would put it on the thank you page, acknowledging that they've already gave you their information. They gave you their email, their phone number, and their name. So it's on the thank you or conversion page where you embed this code, because the reason that this code is firing is because they already gave you their information and already became a lead for you. I hope that makes sense. Again, there's another video in this channel that goes a bit more in depth into it. So I'm not going to take too much time there. All right, and then you see that we just created it. Had we gone over and installed it and all that fun stuff. So we're just going to go to Google Ads and start running our campaigns. Although I just showed you how to do a conversion, we're actually not going to use one of these 3. We're going to go with create a campaign without a goals guidance. The reason we're using without a goals guidance is because it gives us more flexibility. As you see, when I click here, go to video, and you see all of the options that we now have. As difference to, let's say, leads, and go to video, you see that you only have the option of driving conversions. All right, so let's go to create campaign, and then we're going to go with, at the end of the day, it's going to be a skippable in-stream ad, which is the ad that you see at the beginning of many videos. So if the channel creator has monetized their channel, then your chances are you're going to see some skippable in-stream ads. Those ads that you see for 5 seconds before you click skip, those are the ads. Bumper ads, those are 6-second ads that you have to sit through and watch. There's no exception. So the bumper ads are 6 seconds, or a maximum 6 seconds, and you have to watch them. There's no skip button there. All right, so let's just continue. We're not going to worry about the name. Actually, we are going to worry about the name because I am going to launch this one. So I'm going to put the date, custom, and at the end of it, it's going to be YouTube Ads Essentials. So I have a YouTube Ads Essentials course, which I will be promoting when I click enter or confirm for the ad. Right off the bat, you see the bidding strategy. You're going to have maximum cost per view or target CPM, which is impressions. So cost per 1,000 impressions or cost per view. And there you get to select what is important to you. For me, it is going to be the cost per view. I want people to actually watch this YouTube video because essentially it's my advertisement. We're going to do daily budget, and I'm going to allocate $10 to it. The delivery method is going to be standard versus accelerated. Accelerated means if the audience that you select has plenty of people in it, then it's going to spend it as quickly as possible. The budget, that is. It's going to spend the budget as quickly as possible. I don't necessarily care about that. Standard, roughly $10 a day is fine with me. And the reason I say roughly $10 a day is because on the YouTube ads platform and Google ads platform, which are one and the same, this is an average. It's not an exact. So if you've run Facebook ads in the past, you know that you have a budget of up to $10 per day. On here, it is different. So some days you're going to spend $5, some days you're going to spend $20. At the end of the day, it's going to average out to $10 in a 30-day timeline. All right. And I only want to stay in YouTube videos. So when you see YouTube search results, so when people type in, let's see, how to do YouTube ads, or how to buy a house, how to buy a car, how to blah, 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 then your ad would show up in the search results. This is had I click that, but I'm not. Now, video partners on the display network. The display network is outside of YouTube. So video partners extend the reach of video ads to a collection of sites and apps on the Google Display Network. Including video partners will help you reach new audiences outside of YouTube. I'm not interested in that because based off of my experience, that is just a money pit for what I'm trying to achieve. All right, and we're gonna go with English here. And we are going to stay in the United States. That is fine for me. All right, so collapse these real quick so I can fill in my campaign. Everything that we just did is talking about the campaign. All right, so let's go a step further. I want the standard inventory, which you see here, shows ads on content that's appropriate for most brands. I'm not necessarily concerned about where it's going to be placed. Standard is generally good enough for me. There's not going to be something super outrageous or super crazy that I wouldn't want to advertise in front of. Now, if you have concerns about that, then yes, go to limited inventory. It's going to be a bit more, your reach is going to be smaller, but there are more friendly channels that are away from the gray area or away from just the dark side of YouTube. And on the expanded inventory, what you're telling YouTube is just send it or just show my ads. I don't care of what video it happens to be in front of or in the middle of or post of. I want this to show. For me and what I'm trying to accomplish, standard inventory is fine. The excluded content will be going away, so we're not going to worry about that. This does essentially what this does. So you can see here in the very near future will no longer be available, blah, blah, blah. So I don't worry about that. Excluded types and labels. I don't worry about the digital content labels, but I say worry, strong language, but I don't like including my ads in embedded videos and live streaming videos. The reason for that is because, as an example, with live streaming videos, people are clicking on videos to go and interact with the creator because they are live versus interacting with my ad. So the chances of it working or being reaching my audience is one, but also getting them to act is going to be a little bit harder. So I'm not worried about live streaming videos, or I shouldn't say that. I don't want to worry about live streaming videos affecting my engagement. And when you go to additional settings, you see the conversion that you're optimizing for, the devices that you can be on, the frequency capping. So you can cap how many times of impressions and views are shown to every single person. So if somebody already has viewed your ad once, you can cap that per week, per day, per month, and all that fun stuff. And then the ad schedule, you can set when your ads will actually run. The reason that I'm not selecting one of these right now is because I did an oopsie. I have the conversion action set to YouTube lead. That YouTube lead is the conversion that I just created. With YouTube, you can select multiple optimizations. So as an example, I'll use real estate as an example. You can optimize for buyer leads, for seller leads, for investor leads. You can have and create those conversions unique for buyers, for sellers, for investors. However, with YouTube, you're looking to optimize for all of them. You can't select just one. So what ended up happening whenever I created the YouTube lead conversion, I left it highlighted as if it was that I was going to do that conversion on, versus selecting the YouTube Ads Essentials one. So I'm going to pause this video and come back to this very same step and show you how to do the rest of them, because again, that was an oopsie on my part. And we're back. All right, so what I did was I went over to the conversions. I turned off that YouTube leads conversion that I created at the beginning of the video, and I turned on the actual conversion that I am wanting to highlight. So as you can see here, the free YouTube Ads Essentials course conversion. All right, we are back on track. As far as devices, I'm going to set something up for specific devices, which I'm going to take out tablets and I'm going to take out TV screens. Based off of the split testing that I've done, tablets and TV screens do me no good. So I'm going to take those out, and I only want mobile devices and computers to show my ads. As far as the type of ad that I'm running, I do want to cap some impressions. I want the impression cap to be 3 per week. And then I want the view cap to be 1 per week. The reason that I do this is because the audience isn't going to be all that large, and I'm going to run out of impressions, or I'm going to run out of fresh people to show this ad to, and I don't want to cause my audience, essentially you, to have ad fatigue, which you'll see what I mean here in a few seconds. All right, now what we are going to do, we're going to come back here, and I like to put all the things that I did back up here. So it's a custom ad. It's going to be shown on YouTube. All right, now what we're going to do is come down here and set up our ad group. And what I'm going to do, I am going to not worry about demographics, but you can see here, you can select based off of gender, age, parental status, household income, which is powerful, but that's not the audience that I'm going after. When you go to people, you get to see who you are reaching, the actual people. When you go to content, it's where you want your ad to show. So as far as I go right now, I am selecting who I want this to show in front of. And the people that I want to see this particular ad are going to be those who have interacted with my business, those that have been YouTube users or viewers of my content, and I'm going to select that. So I am highlighting those people that have viewed some sort of video here on YouTube. All right, so that is the audience, and that's the reason I selected B2B 365. And when you go to content, what you're going to see is the keywords. So if you were going based off of keywords, then you would highlight right here. So if I was going to use the ad that I'm using for as an example, the YouTube ads course, then I would put how to use YouTube ads, how to run YouTube ads, and then best YouTube ads to run, things like that. I'm not going to select any of these because, again, the audience is a little bit smaller when it comes to the retargeting. So I don't need to go this molecular because the people that have viewed the content, those are the ones that are going to be served up my ads. So I don't necessarily need to get that molecular at this time. If you don't have an audience or haven't had an audience to advertise to, then you won't be able to you won't necessarily be able to do the audiences quite yet. You're going to need to create some content and get going that way. So the keywords will be a better option for you. And when it comes to topics, select topics to show ads on content about specific subjects. So think of it this way. Think of it going to a conference, and think of it going to a real estate conference for agents. So let's say the National Association of Realtors. Well, you know what they're going to be talking about at that conference, at the NAR conference. So you as a vendor, let's just say you're a CRM vendor, it would be advantageous for you to go to that conference to advertise your services. It's the exact same thing here. And with that example, the topic happens to be real estate, so which would be geared content for real estate agents. And you as a vendor, you are coming in with your CRM, you are coming in with your closing gifts ideas, you are coming in with what else is there? IDX websites and all of that fun stuff. So you know what they're going to be talking about, i.e. the topics that they're going to be covering. So you come in with your stuff. So let's just check out real estate, what's underneath there. Property development, property listings, real estate services. So this is the topics that are being covered. So you want your ads to show up in front of there. I don't particularly want that. Mine would be, for this particular type of campaign, would be more on a marketing side. But I will not be using any topics again because I am targeting the audience that has viewed some content of mine recently. And when it comes to placements, I could actually highlight my own channel and people that happen to stumble upon my channel right here. I could put ads in front of my own channel. Now, that's not going to necessarily help me all that much because I am interested in reaching those people that have already viewed my channel, i.e. you. So it doesn't make much sense for me to put ads in front of my own stuff because at that point, the people that are watching this video, they are already engaged in some capacity or curious enough to be watching this video. All right, so I'm not going to go with placements, but that would be another ad that I would run, and then I would go with placements. Then I would go with creators that do some of the similar content that I do when it comes to online marketing, when it comes to real estate agents for real estate leads and all that fun stuff. So I would go and select all the channels that I want and select them right here so they can pop over. Well, let me just click on it so you see right here. But again, this is where my ads would be showing. It's not necessarily targeting the who, because people that are watching my channel, most of them are real estate professionals. There's a good amount of people that are online marketers that also watch this channel. So I'm not necessarily targeting the who, it's more of the where, as you can see here. So as a reminder, people who you want to reach, which is the audience that has watched some of my videos already, and then where you want your ads to show, then I would be placing ads in front of my own channel, which is not what I want to do, at least at the moment. X out of that, go there, bidding, CPV. I want to be aggressive, so I'll just do $1. So what's going to happen is with $1, based off of my audience and based off of the ads that I run, $1 is going to be significantly high, but I want to be aggressive at the beginning. So as it averages out, it's going to be less than $10. I'm sorry, it's going to be less than 10 cents per view. But right now I start off high and then go a little bit lower. Another reason, I can't prove this one to you, but it just seems that the CPV bid gets my ads approved a little bit quicker. When I hit submit, it should be up. Let me get this. Should be up within 48 hours at maximum, is what YouTube ads will tell you or Google ads will tell you. But that is not the case a good amount of the time. A good amount of the time, the ads delay in approval. It can go to 3 days, 4 days, and you just need to call them and have them escalate the approval process. It's not like Facebook where the ads get approved, I'm not going to say instantaneously, but within a couple of minutes or hours, it's done. On YouTube, it's a little bit different. You do have to wait a little bit longer, but once it does get approved, all you have to do is turn it on and it's going again. But here, again, this is more my personal feel that whenever I bid high, they tend to get approved a little bit quicker, and then I can scale down the CPV bid because at that point, the ad has already been approved and I don't have to wait. And then the top content bid adjustment, enter a number to see an example. So the content bid adjustment, check it out. Top content represents the best loved and most popular content on YouTube. So you can increase your budget accordingly to have a higher chance of being viewed. So what I would do here would be 20% above of my CPV bid to really stand out and have a better chance of showing in front of those videos that are, what was the wording? Top content represents the best loved and most popular content. There you go. So the best loved and most popular content. All right. Now, all I have to do is get my URL. Actually, where is it? Is it right here? Okay. Paste it here. We're going to do skippable in stream. And then the thank you page, not the thank you page, the landing page, I need to get that. All right, and there's a display. My call to action. We'll go with leads. YouTube leads. Now, the reason that I don't go with 2 capitalized letters in a row is because that is going to get flagged. And it's not necessarily flagged as much as it's just not going to get my ad approved. So if you do excessive capitalizations, it'll get flagged. If you do excessive punctuations, it'll get flagged. If you use trademarked words like Facebook, Google ads, let's say, well, what else has been? YouTube itself, the word YouTube, those will get flagged. So my experience, I just try to stay as generic as possible, but also I do need to share with the audience that, hey, this is what the actual ad is about. So real estate. Oops, real estate. We're gonna leave it at real estate YouTube leads. Struggling with character count. You know what? We're going to let it run that way. We're going to have the channel banner stay, so have that auto generate. And then we're going to put YouTube Ads Essentials course. All right. And then we're just going to create the campaign, wait for it to get approved, and you're done. So that's how to run YouTube ads. If you found value in this video today, please be sure to hit the subscribe button so we can talk again soon.